Hi guys, this is a quick video to explain the use, the need, and whether to buy an integrated preamp or a separate one, and kind of the differences, etc, etc. It's actually probably, when looking at purchasing a turntable, one of the most common questions I actually get asked, which is, oh, I didn't realise I needed a preamp, and what does it do? So it's, to the audiophile, it's quite a simple piece of kit, and almost kind of a laughable offence for somebody to ask what one is. But to the ordinary person, you might not actually know whether you need one or what the benefits of each are. So there's three types of preamp, Phono-Stage or preamp, both the same thing, but the terms are referred to intermittently. So there's three types. You've got ones that are built into the turntable. So you may find it actually part of the turntable, part of the kit, and you can just run a straight RCA to phono connection out to your amplifier, and you don't need to do anything else, just two wires straight into the back of the amplifier. You may find it's actually built into a stereo receiver. So you may find on some stereo receivers, I know some of the Yamaha, I think and some of the Pioneer ones do. The Pioneer SXN30AE, which is one of their kind of like budget end, or not budget, it's still a good piece of kit, £300 to £400 mark, integrated amplifier, has one built in. And I know the Yamaha, I think the RN602 does as well. So they both have them built in. So these will usually appear as a phono connection, so have red and white RCA as normal, but instead of CD or audio 1 or analog 1, analog 2, it will say phono input. It might be even put up separately off to the side. So this has a built-in Phono-Stage behind it, inside the amplifier. And the third type is one that needs a separate one. So neither the turntable nor the amplifier has one built in, or the amplifier, you might not choose to use the amplifier as one because generally they're not as good. So this is when you require a separate one. I'll just show you the separate one now. So as you can see, this is a moving magnet phono box, and it's just got the input straight from the turntable with an earth on the right, and it's got the output straight to the amplifier in the white cable, with obviously a power cable too. So that's the separate one. Which is best, I guess, is the next question. You'd probably say the separate one's best, just purely because it's disconnected, it's isolated from the rest of the turntable and the amplifier, so you're not going to get any interference, because the preamp effectively boosts the signal from the turntable. So without a preamp, the actual turntable, the actual audio of it is purely just the needle running along the vinyl. And what the preamp does is boosts the signal up to a level where the actual amplifier, your integrated amplifier, can pick it up and read it, and obviously run it to speakers. So it just basically is a signal booster, effectively. And if the signal booster is close to the turntable, you may find it starts to pick up some of the noise or the vibration of the motor, which you don't want to do. So you have the motor running through, it's kind of a low hum running through the vinyl, running through into the amplifier and coming out the speakers, which you don't want. Obviously it interferes with your music. You may, if it's in the amplifier, it might also be a slightly cheaper one. Again, yeah, it's not isolated, could make a bit of a difference. Arguably probably a lower quality as well if it's built in. If it's built into the turntable, you generally find this is at lower end turntables, kind of the lower end Audio Technicas, or like the LP3, the LP120, stuff like that. You generally find some of the higher end turntables, the Lins, the Projects, prefer to have them separately. Separate ones are better. Obviously it means you can upgrade your whole system and the whole sound of the turntable by just removing one part, rather than having to throw away the whole turntable or throw away your whole amplifier. You can boost the sound quality with just changing one part, kind of like changing a needle or changing the cartridge or the stylus. obviously you're going to get a better sound quality at a lower cost, effectively. You're not throwing away a whole unit or replacing a whole unit. So yeah, separate ones are definitely better. The isolated gives you more ability to customize your system and boost your sound. I don't think. Another thing to note is that depending on the turntable, you need a different type of preamp or Phono-Stage. If you're a moving magnet cartridge, you will definitely need to use a moving magnet Phono-Stage. It's just how obviously the sound's boosted and what they're designed for. Whereas if you've got a moving coil, which is MC instead of MM, you will need to obviously get a moving coil Phono-Stage. That does have a difference. Some of the Project and Cambridge Phono-Stages allow you to just flick between the two. So it's kind of like I guess it does both jobs, doesn't it? So it's a fully universal Phono-Stage. I think it's the one called the Duo, which is the Cambridge Audio one, which I've heard a few times, which is really good. But you can spend thousands on them. I mean, Project go to tube preamps and high-end preamp boxes, which can be up to thousands of pounds. So it really is a range, but they can start from about £20 to 20, 30, 40 pounds mark, and you can get a fairly decent one. But obviously it's got to be weighted against the kit you have. There's no point spending £6,000 on speakers and £10,000 on an amp and a £3,000 turntable and then buying a £40 preamp. You obviously got to weight it with the system. So there's no point doing overkill or letting the rest of the system down, because obviously it does do a major job. It is boosting the sound. It's boosting that small signal and giving it to a readable audio signal for the amplifier to actually output to the speakers. So it's got a very important job. And if you're not boosting it properly, you're going to get a poor sound coming through. You know, if you're using a poor preamp, you are going to get a poorly boosted sound amplified by the amplifier to the speakers. So I think I've covered pretty much everything. If you've got any questions, obviously feel free to drop them in the comments, and I've got some more videos coming out soon later in the week answering some more questions I've been asked recently, and also going to do a video talking about the focal arrays, which are the 906s, which are the speakers I've been using at the moment, and just to try and explain the benefits of them, the materials used, and some of the sound quality coming out of them, because they're pretty good. And then £900 bookshelves, which are brilliant speakers, to be honest, and kind of explain those. I've got a couple of, like I said, another couple of questions coming out as well, just explain the benefits. So if you like and subscribe, it's down below. You can make sure you follow all the updates, and any more hi-fi questions you may have, just drop those in the comments as well. Cheers, guys.